doesn't it just suck when you have to oblige by the law? Don't it just suck when you actually cannot really do whatever you want with a vehicle? Isn't it kind of boring that you actually have to stick your engine to a certain speed, otherwise it's gonna be illegal? Well, all of these words will be pushed aside now that we finally have this stunt racing game for PC. Yes, in this game you are playing as a stunt racer or racing car. I don't really know what you are playing as. Either you are playing as the car itself or there's a driver in the car. But given the fact that it's never been explained, I'm just going to assume that it's an actual car. So what is the point of this game? Well, it's obviously to just perform stunt driving. And you are doing this by speeding up and slowing down. You're doing this by pushing forward with the arrow with the arrow keys and then steer the car in midair. Now, this is a 2.5D racing game, as you can see, so you are not driving around in a 3D space. You are instead driving in a 2D space in 3D graphics. It's kind of similar to the first Klonoa game from the original PlayStation. So, as you can tell by the text, it is developed by the Dutch. And if there's one thing that I know about the Dutch, is the fact that they are good at creating racing games as well as having beautiful rose bouquets, as you can see right here. So as you can tell by the gameplay, this is kind of similar to the types of games you would see back in the 2000s on websites that was based around physics, where you were supposed to push arrow keys every once in a while while driving, like the more physics-based stuff. Now that very idea applies here. This is not like a simple racing game. You actually have to stay on top by steering in the right direction, by steering in the correct way, so that your car doesn't flip over so it explodes. Because as you can tell, that happens. I flipped over and then it exploded. That is something you want to avoid, because if you would do that, well, it's game over. You're dead. You can no longer go back to your regular job, because you will be dead. Your license will be revoked. Your wife will leave you, and that leads you in despair and sadness. So staying on course and to actually stay alive, that is something that should be taken into consideration. As for the story, there is no story. But if you have a creative mind, then you can come up with one. If I'm going to do mine, it is like this. One cloudy morning, a young man named Bob was ready to go to work, but he wasn't happy. He was pretty down. He felt no pleasure nor fun by actually going there, until he discovered a stunt driver who asked him if he wanted to take over. He did, and the rest is history. He has no job, no money, he just drives around in his car. And that should give you a reason as to why you actually would want to come as far as possible in this game. Because, well, you are fulfilling his dream, his destiny, his pleasure, basically his everything. But when you really are looking at this gameplay, do I think it's fun? I would say yes. I mean, the music itself is carrying the game. There are lots of cool rock music, and compared to Eurodisco, I'm not a very big fan of that, at least when it's loud. And then there's this music which is pretty cool and not very loud. It is in the background, but it does complement the game really, really well. And you actually also get a sense of speed from the car itself. It really does feel like you are speeding up like crazy, then trying to reach a finish line with some puzzle driving involved. It is actually a pretty decent game when you are really thinking about it. Sure, it may not look the course for like an amazing experience, but it does deliver on something which a game of this caliber should do. That is a few minutes of fun before you are headed to work, and that is a good reason why you want to play this game. It is a perfect time waster. It is perfect for you to actually just take a break, play for a few minutes, and then go. And that is the type of game it has every right to be. So if you want to play this game right here, then I will be linking it down below. And that is everything I wanted to share with you guys for this very review. If you want to, you can watch some other videos that you see on the screen right now. And if you feel like it, consider subscribing. I will very much appreciate it. So, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.